And you're welcome back to Joy News Prime. It's time for entertainment. And no, it's not Miss G, it's Ivy. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm good.
And Miss G, we miss you, and we're wishing you speedy recovery. Hurry up and come back. We miss you with your colorful attires and all of that. But let's talk about the stories in entertainment today. You have a lot to say about film.
Yes, let's talk film. Let's talk film this evening. And Ghana is 60 years. And yes, we have been doing well with our film industry. But I bet you've been wondering why, of all these 60 years, we've not been able to have any historical film.
Historical film. When you say historical film, you mean what
okay,
exactly?
A film on, let's say, Kwame Nkrumah, a film on any of the coup d'etats that's
produced
happened.
by Ghanaian filmmakers.
Yes,
okay.
In our industry. So talking with Esi Sutherland, who is a lecturer at the Institute of Ghana Studies in the University of Ghana, and also the chairperson for Culture Forum here in Ghana. She is attributing this fact to the lack of state support. Let's listen to what she said.
When it comes to film, for example, where we have to tell the story of, for example, the story of Kwame Nkrumah, the story of J.B. Dankwa and the rest, it looks as if for that we don't have any at all.
That is true. We have not been able to make a Kwame Nkrumah film. I mean, the same way that Mandela's has been, has been turned into a film that people go to the movie theater to watch. We haven't done that, and there seem to be a number of reasons for it. I mean, one of them is that we haven't been consistent in supporting filmmaking at the national level. And when I say we haven't been consistent, to think that, when it was founded, Ghana Films was the first and institution, or if you like, a corporation, state-run corporation that supported the arts, the art of filmmaking, and had, state-of-the-art. People used to come here from all over to come and look at what we did. And one of the things that they supported was creating films that perhaps wouldn't be done commercially necessarily. So I mean, if you look at the adaptation, say, of Hamlet, I don't know, it was called Hamile, but it was like this really well shot. Everything about it, the whole conceptualization, using the North, as the context. It was really wonderful. Where this was Ghana, and it was shooting. They were shooting a film about something to do with humanity, but they were able to, we're also human beings. They were able to place it in a human society which is Ghanaian, and people could see themselves reflected in there. So even though the story may have been written by Shakespeare, at the end of the day, it was a Ghanaian film. If you look at things like I Told You So, which reflect, our sense of the comic and some of the things that were happening as Ghana was transforming from a colonial into the post-colonial era, from rural to urban. Some of the things that are comical that happened in that transition, came through with that. And there were several other films that had been created in that time because of state support to it. So I think that one of the things that we have lost is this idea of consistently, even if the state cannot support it with its own coffers, could it create an enabling environment where people could actually invest in film, and what kind of things like tax breaks and so on could be given, what kind of fund could be created. So I really believe that films that tell these kinds of stories are often supported.
I tend to agree with her, actually, when she says that, the state needs to create an enabling environment, because I think that it's long overdue. Once the investment is put in the film industry, we can do anything.
I remember talking to Shirley on this historical films, and one thing she attributed it to was it's capital intensive, and we do not have the props. That's what she said.
Sadly, we don't have the props, but I can bet you when we get the money. We can get the props.
Investments.
Anyway, what else?
Well, still on films, you know, there's been a lot of talk about we not showing quality movies, we are not doing quality movies, especially so with the Kuma Woods. One Kuma Wood film that has been able to be premiered at the Silverbird, because Silverbird has certain qualities. They look up to a certain standard. Yes, there's only one Kuma Wood film that has been able to.
What's that?
Esi, I think Made in Agege.
Okay.
Yes, that is the only Kuma Wood film that has been able to be premiered at Silverbird Cinemas because it met their criteria. Well, Esi believes that the Kuma Wood industry should never be written off. Rather, we should just give them a little push, because when things died down on sales on Ghana movie, it was the Kuma Wood industry that revived it.
I think, for example, Kuma Wood, where a lot of people have credited them for, in a way, reviving the movie industry. Because, for example, it got to a time that Nigerian movies had taken over the market, but they came in with full force. Although their productions were not of good quality, and still they are being criticized for producing low quality productions. Do you think that instead of criticizing them and telling them to go back to the classroom and go and learn the rudiments of the job properly, we just give them thumbs up and let them do their thing?
See, that's what I was talking about. What I'm saying is that these very people, the so-called Kuma Wood actors that you are talking about, these are the people who this little experiment with the Concert Party Union has been working with, and they are excited. Those actors are very excited to be doing this workshop thing and willing to learn new techniques and so on. And they I think that we are underestimating them. And I think that they could do very, very in-depth and moving work if we will push them to do it. And so I think that the excuse that, that's all they can do, I don't buy it. I am convinced that somebody needs to take the time and to give them the benefit of the doubt and push them. We absolutely have to. And I think that if we do that, we'll be surprised at what they can come up with. So let's push ourselves to the next level. Let us try it out. I'm convinced that we could come up with amazing things. I mean, there's no reason, for example, why you should do.
So that is AC there for you, that we shouldn't write them off. Well, let's get away from films and come to music.
Okay.
And on the 8th of April, we have the VGMAs, the Vodafone Ghana Music Award, which comes with a lot of controversies every year.
Every year.
Every single year. Well, Minister OJ, who is a unique gospel musician, he is not really gospel, but when you ask him, he'll tell you he's doing inspirational song. That's what he believes in. This year, he pulled out of the VGMAs.
Why? Why is that?
He was on Hits 103.9 telling why he pulled out of the VGMAs. So let's take a listen to the convo between him and KMJ. Okay. Well, for technicalities, we'll bring you the video later on. Well, what he was saying was, you are aware earlier on, I think 2 months ago, George Quay was saying that the highest
George
number.
Quay is with Charterhouse.
Yes, he is the PR.
They organized them.
Yes, and he's the mouth for the board, VGMA board.
Okay.
And he said that the biggest or the most bribes that have come to him as a board member of the VGMAs came from the gospel artists.
I see. So all these nominees, they've actually bribed the board.
Well, that is what he said.
I see. Did they receive the bribes?
Well, he didn't go on to say whether they received, but he was just saying that most.
So he's saying that most of these
bribes have come from gospel artists.
Wow.
Well, they didn't accept it in good faith at all. Some of them were even. I remember Hima Mercy was saying that she has gotten 7 awards and she was returning them if George does not come out with the names of people who have bribed there. So that was the reason.
Just repeat it again. Why OJ is pulling out?
That is the reason for what George said. Okay. Because he believes that.
So he's peeved by what George said.
He's very peeved.
Okay.
Together with, they even wanted to come out with their own awards. Okay, now Wizkid has a new look.
Wizkid.
He's gone blonde.
Okay.
And when I say, you said you knew why?
Wizkid, yes.
Yes.
Nigerian
Yeah,
artist,
Nigerian
Wizkid.
artist Wizkid.
Well, I think this is how I see it. I don't know, maybe wrong. I think that he looks up to Chris. So that's so on your screen right now is the old look of Wizkid. But I think that he looks up to Chris Brown, who he sees as his mentor, and Chris Brown keeps dyeing his hair blonde. So maybe that's why he's also decided to, go blonde.
And this is the new look. Well, normally they do that when they are coming up with something. When they are coming up with something. Well, he took to his social media page to post these pictures and caption it that, yes, we're going blonde now. And people are wondering what could be coming up. Well, let's just wait and see what could be coming up. Because when they are on something new, that is where they go outrage and all that. So that is where you said that about that is what is happening in the world of entertainment.
All right. Many thanks, IB. Have a lovely weekend. What's up for this weekend?
This weekend, it's Ghana month.
Yes.
I'm taking a trip to Cape Coast Castle and then to Kakum to just go and have, it's a tourist attraction. Just go and have a look because on the 25th, multimedia we're having, just like we went to climb the mountain, multimedia we're going there again. So as a form of wanting to get more people, I'm just going there. Then I'll put it on TV for people to see. And also,
should be interesting. Should be really interesting. It's good to engage in what you call domestic tourism. Yes, but thank you very much, Ivy. Stay tuned because sports is up next. Don't go away.